All right, guys, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Corey Frederick. I'm with Nashville Public Library and part of the NPL Business Initiative. And today we also have Bailey with us.
Hey, I am Bailey Battilla. I am the Adult Librarian at the Donelson Branch Library at the Nashville Public Library, and I also assist with National Public Library Means Business.
Yeah. So today we've got a couple things on our agenda. We're going to talk about library sort of basics, get you sort of involved and introduced to the library system, what we have, and how to get your card. And then also we'll talk about Libby, which is very handy whenever you're looking up business books, trying to broaden your mind about different types of entrepreneurs and CEOs and management leadership, all that stuff. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Take it away, Bailey.
Yeah, I'm gonna point the camera towards me, casting Corey out, bring up my PowerPoint. All right. So yeah, as Corey said, my name is Bailey. I'm the librarian at the Donelson Branch Library. I'm just going to go over some of National Public Library basics, some library basics in general. Some basic info about NPL. We have 21 locations total, up to Goodlettsville. That's where Corey is at. Hermitage, Bellevue, Southeast, down in Antioch. So we have all of Davidson County covered. We have about 1.8 million items in our collection. That includes DVDs, that's books, that's ice cream machines even. We have a library of things that we offer that you can check out. Ice cream machines, lawn games, workout equipment, pianos. So really you can get anything from us. And we've had, I think in 2023, about 2.2 million library visits. So we're a popular branch. We have lots of resources that we can offer you. Over here on the side, I put a picture of our service area. That's the bottom picture. The yellow bit is Davidson County. So if you're in Davidson County, you can get a free card with an ID and a proof of address. All that green area, though, that's our out-of-county service that we also service, but it's a little different. So if you're in any of the counties in green, you can still get a card. You would just have to get an out-of-county card, but we can work with you on that. Unfortunately, everything gray we can't cover. To the east, Knoxville Public Library covers that. To our west, Memphis covers that. So Middle Tennessee, a little bit of Kentucky, and a small smidge of Alabama, we got you covered. And that top picture, that's just kind of a shameless plug on my end. That's the new Donelson branch that just opened this year. That's the place that I work at. That's our brand new branch, just opened 4 months ago. So I just wanted to include that pretty picture of that branch.
Excuse me, you're not seeing your screen.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. How about now?
Now we are.
Okay. Let's see. Then let me take it back to this picture real quick, just so you guys can get a quick glimpse of what I was talking about, mainly to show off the branch again. But again, that's our service area. The yellow is Davidson County. The rest are the green is the counties that we cover. So if you're in any of those counties, we would love to get you a library card, get you hooked up to some resources, and I'll tell a little bit later on how we can get that accomplished. So now I'm going to go over a couple of our website things and a couple of services that National Public Library offers. Here's a little screenshot of our catalog on our website. Again, after this, I'll kind of do a brief run through of our website and how it works. But for the searching, we have a couple of different options up here. We have catalog, site, and events. Obviously, the catalog, if you're looking for a movie, book, any of the resources. Site is if you're looking for a particular resource. We offer notary services. So if you're looking for a notary, you can put it there. Book a librarian, which I'll talk about a little bit later, or anything relating to our site. And then events is our programs. So if you're looking for a chess club, you can type it in there, see if we have anything to offer, a book club. That's how you'll search it for all that. Down here is a little sample of if you search something in our catalog. So I just typed in investing. It seemed appropriate for this. So this is the screen that will pop up if you search something. It gives you some recommended titles. So down here, investing for dummies. And if you keep going down, I'll give you some other keyword searched items. But it's a lot of items, and you can definitely narrow it down up here. where you see this little ribbon that says books, eBooks, audiobooks, music, movies. You can click on those tabs and you can narrow it down. So if you just want an ebook on investing, you can click on ebook. And then over here on the left, you can see where it says adult, teen, kids. So you can narrow it down even more. So down to adult, and then to nonfiction, and then where it says available at, you can click on Donelson or whatever your nearest branch is. One more note about the branches that I forgot to mention earlier. Any of the branches that you're close to, whether that be Goodlettsville or Hermitage or Southeast, we're all connected. So any book that you pick up at Hermitage, you can drop off at Donelson and we'll send it back. If you're at Goodlettsville and you want a book from Southeast, you can put it on hold and we'll send it there for you. It takes a day or a couple days to get there, but if you're close to one branch and you really have access to the whole collection from that one. All right, so on to our databases. We have a lot of databases to offer. I'm just going to touch on a couple of cool ones. Ancestry, we just got Ancestry back last year. We didn't have it for a while, but we recently got it back. That's a fun one to do any kind of genealogy research. I use it because it has old yearbooks, so I've looked up my parents' yearbooks on there, and that's fun. And I also looked up coworkers' yearbooks. That's also a cool thing that you can do with it. But a lot of genealogy research, and it has a big database of different like census reports and marriage certificates and all that kind of stuff. Freegal is brand new. We just got that a couple of months ago. That's a music streaming database that we use. Think Spotify or iTunes or Apple Music or anything like that. I think we have the whole Sony catalog on there, so it's pretty impressive, pretty huge. A great thing to try out for sure. Libby, Canopy, and Hoopla are kind of the big three in my mind. Corey's going to talk about Libby a little bit later, but Hoopla is a database that we use, and it has a lot of different resources on there. It has audiobooks, it has books that you can read, it has movies, music, comic books. Pretty much anything you would want is on Hoopla. And what's neat about Hoopla is that there's no, like, the items aren't numbered. So like a book that we have on there, we don't only have 2 copies of that book. 10 people can check out the same book. So there's no wait list. Anything that you see on there, you can check out pretty immediately. Canopy is a movie streaming service that we have, a database that we have. Kind of think Netflix on that one. So there's all kinds of movies on there, and not when you think of a library movie streaming service, you probably think boring or maybe educational or not new and fun movies. But we have all kinds of new movies on there that are fun and hip and very cool. The last one is Novelist. That was just a fun one that I like to put in there sometimes. If you're reading a book and you kind of like how the book is going or how it writes or the story, you can go onto our Novelist database, type in that book, and it'll bring up like 10 different options for books that read the same or the authors are similar or anything like that. So that's a cool one if you're trying to find your next read. Book a Librarian, that's another one of the big services that we offer. So the basic premise of this is that you will kind of set an appointment time with a librarian or a library professional to set up one-on-one time with them on kind of whatever you might need. So the first one, tech help, that's a big one that we have to offer a lot of times. So if you get a new Kindle or an iPad or iPhone and you have some questions about it, you're a little confused about it, you can make a tech help appointment with somebody and we can have some one-on-one time with it, talking to you through it, figuring it out, and get you situated with your new device. Another one that I've done a couple of times is job search help, which kind of turns into resume help. So this is helping people find jobs, finding best practices to find jobs, filling out those finishing touches on your resume, and giving resources on how you can find these jobs out there. Notary services, Nashville Public Library does offer free notary services. They're in about 6 or 7 branches right now, and they're appointment only. So you can go on there and make an appointment. This is a big seller. For me, at least, I'm a notary here at Nashville Public Library, and just yesterday I did about 5 notaries. So it's popular. Getting free notary services is a great thing to offer. I think normally, I know UPS charges $25 a page. So you can save some money. You can set up a notary service and get all your paperwork taken care of. Proctoring, test proctoring, we offer that as a book librarian service as well. So if you have to have a test proctored, we got you. The Nashville Public Library means business. Corey's going to talk more about that a little bit later. We also started doing U.S. passports. So you can make an appointment and get your passport situation taken care of. Right now, that's only at the Southeast branch, but I think that's planning on to expand to a couple more branches. A couple of services. These are not all the services that we offer, but it's just a few. We have meeting rooms that you're able to book out. There's a couple of caveats to that. You have to be a nonprofit or a not-for-profit group. It has to be open to the media, public, all that kind of stuff. But if you have some kind of meeting that you need a room for, we have rooms at most branches that we can offer. And most of the regional branches, the larger branches, have study rooms, private little study rooms that you can use as well. Community passports, that's different museum passes to different fun events around Nashville. Right now, we just have the Country Music Hall of Fame. We had a couple of more, but we had to cut back a little bit. But we do have some opportunities where you can go to the museums for free. Laptop checkout. You can check out a laptop with the library. I think there's a pretty big wait list on that right now, but if you're in need of a laptop and you can wait a little bit, we can get you on a list to get that taken care of. We also have a seed exchange that we do. Seed exchange is where you can come in and grab some seeds for planting. You just come in, grab the seeds, fill a little piece of paper, bring it to the front desk, and we'll get you checked out with some seeds. The idea is that you will get the seeds and have a bountiful crop, and then you'll bring some seeds back to us to give to the next person. So those are some services. Again, not all of them, but some of them that we offer. Okay, so applying for a card. There's a couple different ways we can achieve this one. You can do it online before you come in, and there's two options for that too. You can do the paperwork online before you visit. So you can come in with your paperwork done. You just show us your ID, and we'll get you a card. I also should mention what you need to get a card. So you'll need your ID, photo ID, and then you will also need a proof of Davidson County residency, or if you live in one of those out-of-county locations that we service, something that proves that photo ID. And then if your address is on your license, we'll take that. But also if you have a piece of mail, we can take that. If you have your lease or your mortgage or insurance or anything with your name and current address on your phone, we can do that too. So we want to get you hooked up with the card. So anything you got that has your name and your current address, we'll take that. So you'll just have to have that in your ID. All right, so back to this. So to do it online, there's two ways you can do the paperwork before you come in, and then show us your ID, we'll get you a card. Or if you don't want to come in at all, you can apply for a card online, accept the third-party verification, fill out the application, and then a third party will verify your address, and you'll just get a card in your email that you can use right then and there. And then if you want to come in person, like I said, photo ID, proof of address, and the out-of-county customers, if you do want to get an out-of-county card, there's two options for you. One is a free one where you can just check out physical items within the library. But if you want to access our eBooks and our e-audiobooks, that's a $10 annual fee that you can pay with cash or credit card or anything like that. So now I'm going to plop through our website real quick so we can just give you a brief rundown on that. Can we see that okay?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Okay, so here's our website. Here's what I was talking about earlier, the little search function with catalog, site, events. Again, if we type in business into our catalog, it'll bring up a whole bunch of things, including Willie Bimmon's business record album that you can check out. And then you can narrow this down by clicking books and by whatever you want to do. So if you want, adult books that are nonfiction business, there you go. You can narrow it down and find what you need with that. This is how you access our different databases. So if you go to education and research, you can go to databases, and it'll give you a list of all kinds of different things that you can look around in. But if you go here, you'll see all our databases. There's Ancestry that I was talking about. And then we have Data Axle, which I know Corey has mentioned before, or Gale ones. There's Freegal. So that's where you can access those and get into those databases. All right, and then here's the services. If you need a notary service, they'll be in here. There should be Book a Librarian in here somewhere, Ask a Librarian. And this is where you can find the Nashville Public Library Means Business. This is where you can find our board game collection, using the library. So all the information I just told you is right in here too.
Hey,
All right.
someone in the chat asked if the Bellevue Library offers notary services, because you just mentioned that. Do you have that?
Well, let's take a look. I think, let's see. So like I said, we can look that up right now. Here's the notary service page. You can get through Book a Librarian. Here are our do's and don'ts of notaries. There's some stuff just through Nashville Public Library we can't do. But then if you go to schedule an appointment right here, it will give you everywhere that we do have one. So not at Bellevue, but we do have one at Bordeaux. We have one at Goodlettsville, Green Hills, and Luby Old Hickory. So these are all the locations we have right now. I know we're working on kind of expanding that, getting more people set up to be notaries. So hopefully maybe Bellevue can be one in the future. A great question, though. Any more questions for me?
You should all be able to speak, so you can unmute yourselves and ask your question. There's a question in you can see it there, community passport.
Yeah, so community passports, that is just our, like our museum passes that we have. We can go back here and look at our website again for that. That's not going to pop up what I want, but. So here's our community passports. Right now, we just have Country Music Hall of Fame. Oh, and we have the B-Cycle. So B-Cycle is where you can, those like bicycles around Nashville, the electric bikes. You can check out something from us. I'll let you access those bikes for a period of time. But you can put this on hold to have it sent to you at the library of your choice. And you can get into the museum for free. You and a guest, I believe, to get you and someone else in. We used to have one.
Sharing, if you wanted us to see something, we are looking at the Zoom meeting right now. So if you're sharing a web page, we are not.
Okay.
Hey, I could see the web page, and I asked a question about community passport. Okay, so thank you for sharing. My name's Kivante. I appreciate this.
Yeah, thank you, Kivante.
Yeah, I got a son, and we like to go to museums. Sometimes they're expensive, so Country Music Hall of Fame, we'll be there. Thank you.
Yeah, I think there's some available now. So yeah, I would hop on that for sure.
Yeah, we're in Hermitage, so we'll come by Donelson. So.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Let's see. So if I don't see any other questions. So I'm going to pass it on to Corey so he can talk a little bit about the Nashville Public Library Means Business part of it.
All right. Thank you again, everybody, for dropping in and joining us today. Bailey's hanging around, so if you have any more questions, just feel free to pop those in the chat. We'll pass those to him here in a couple minutes. Can you see our Zoom screen right now? Is that good?
Yes, it is sharing screen.
All right. I'm going to jump back to our PowerPoint real quick and talk about NPL Means Business. So NPL Means Business was an initiative that started right around 2020, 2021. That's when we started talking about it. It was an initiative created in the library system to help small business owners because there was just a large influx of people starting their own business. The pandemic sort of spurred that along, and I'm sure that some of the folks here in this meeting can probably identify with that a little bit. But it was a way for us to tailor our some of the things that we had business related to help those folks and to get everything in sort of one place, because before NPL Means Business, they were just sort of spread shot and we didn't have some of the items that are available now. So jumping forward. So what do we do for small business owners? Well, you can go to the website. The website is there, and you can go to that services page that Bailey showed earlier as well. You'll find NPL Means Business, and you can just click that link and just find our landing page. On that landing page, you will see a link to our Book a Librarian service. We do one-on-one help with small business owners. Like if you come in, you have want to know more about marketing, well, we can get you fixed up with the resources that you need to market your business the way that you'd like. We can do one-on-one sessions on some of these databases that I'm going to talk about here in a second. We can do all kinds of stuff. So if you're interested, there's that Book a Librarian, and just get an appointment today. We also offer sort of bolstered our entrepreneur small business collection of books. And so you can find sort of a curated list on that landing page. But if you go to the website and use that search tab like Bailey did earlier, you can find a ton more business entrepreneur books. We do have databases. They are linked there, sort of profiled there on that page. And then community resources. So what you'll find on that landing page are direct links to becoming a vendor with Metro, to several different sites on the state of Tennessee's webpage, through state of Tennessee government, different things there. You will find small business help through SBA. You'll find a link to our SCORE Nashville page. So there are lots of different links there. Check those out for more information. Okay, so databases, we do have a pretty extensive list of databases that are tailored towards helping small business owners. There's Data Axle, which we teach classes on that. If you're interested, let me know, or shoot me an email. You'll see my email address here at the end, or book one of those Book a Librarian sessions. Gale databases, which, like I said, we'll get into that a little further. Those are available through the Tennessee Electronic Library, and so they are absolutely free. You can be anywhere in the state of Tennessee and access those for free. Data Axle, and then pretty much the rest of this list. So LinkedIn Learning, Morningstar, Value Line, USA Trade Online, and Press Reader. You do have to have a library card with Nashville Public to access those. But the Gale databases are free for anybody in the state of Tennessee. But without further ado, how do you find these databases? So Bailey showed you a second ago. This is just a quick refresh. You go to that Education and Research tab. Once you click on that, this page should pop up and say databases A through Z. You be able to scroll down and see every single database that we have. We have databases that are for kids, for adults, for everybody in between. So you can filter that list down some if you'd like, and you can browse by subject, click on business, and it just pulls up the ones that I had on the page a second ago. And then you can also browse by age if you want to do that, which the business ones are all, geared towards adults. So if you do a children's and business, you probably won't find anything. So, but just that subject search would be in our best interest for this particular search. Okay. So moving on, all of these databases sort of have their own little quirks. They have information that help out in certain different ways than the next. So we're going to go through all of them so you have a general overview of them, and then I'll tell you more about Libby here at the very end. So entrepreneurship, Gale, business, if you see Gale in any of these, those are available through Tennessee Electronic Library. Okay, so those are absolutely open access to anybody living in the state of Tennessee. This particular one covers all aspects of starting and operating a business, including accounting, finance, human resources management, marketing, taxes, and more. You can find business plans on here, example business plans, just all types of different things here. If you get a chance, I like this database, and this is a personal preference, a little bit more than some of the other Gale databases. But if you went to college or if you've ever used a database before in your life, this sort of functions about the same way as those other ones. So it's functional. That's what we'll say. So let's jump ahead. So there's Gale One File Entrepreneurship. Yet again, it's almost like we're picking a couple extra words out of the air and just adding to that same title. Available through Tennessee Electronic Library. It has insights, tips, and strategies, success stories from academic journals and magazines. Gale One File Business. Yet again, Tennessee Electronic Library. It covers all business disciplines, including accounting, economics, finance, marketing, management and strategy, as well as business theory and practice. Hospitality and tourism. So this one definitely is catered towards more of, one area, one service area. Also, a Tennessee Electronic Library database. It covers cultural and economic aspects of travel and tourism and journals. Now, a couple of these, there are limited access. So Morningstar is one of those. And now we're back towards you got to have a library card in order to access. So Morningstar, you have to have a library card. Okay. Only 2 people at one time can access this. This is a pretty expensive database, to be honest with you. And we end up having to pay for every single subscription access that we have. And so it's limited to 2 right now. It covers securities and investment analysis. So if you're into stocks, trades, bonds, all that good stuff, you're going to find it in Morningstar. And Value Line is similar. It's going to also cover stocks and all that good stuff. You do have to have a library card. You have a little bit more access. So 10 people at a time can access Value Line, but it is limited access as well. USA Trade Online. All right, so this one is very limited in terms of access. You can only access this one database by going to the main library, which opens again tomorrow. So 10/26, it's going to open again. It's been closed for renovations. But the only way to access this database is if you go to 615 Church Street here in Nashville. You can find it's a statistical database, find information on imports and exports, and there's data over 17,000 different commodities. LinkedIn Learning. This is a very popular database that we have. And I've taught a couple times on this, taught one time on one of these SCORE webinars about LinkedIn Learning. It actually is a good webinar, or not a webinar, but a good database for video tutorials on all kinds of different things. If you want to learn about a particular coding software, or you want to learn about leadership and management, you can find that information on LinkedIn Learning. So these video tutorials are taught by industry experts. They allow you to acquire software, creative, and business skills, and you can earn professional certifications for free. I started one certification yesterday just to check, make sure we're all good, and it just let me roll through it. It was a certification on management. I don't know if I'll finish it, but we'll see. It's free anyways. You can do all kinds of stuff. There are video tutorials on AI. I know that's a hot button topic these days. And if you want to learn more about it, you can definitely go there. Copilot, which is a Microsoft AI software. It's got a whole course on Copilot. We have people at the library that use it all the time. And I was like, I've never touched this thing. Let's see if LinkedIn Learning has it. It's got a whole course about Copilot. So all kinds of cool stuff on LinkedIn Learning. And you do have to have a library card to access it. Okay. Data Axle, this is a database that I try to direct a lot of people towards. If you do have any experience with Tennessee Small Business Development Centers, they also offer Data Axle or Reference Solutions, or it used to be called Reference USA. So one of those three, it's all the same. Data Axle has data on 97 million businesses and 285 million consumers. You can use Data Axle to find where your competition is, who your competition is. You can get business profiles about anybody. If you want to find a good spot to locate your brick and mortar for, I don't know, making dog collars, then you can actually do a consumer search and find information on who is interested in pets, or where pets are. I guess there's more interest in pets in the city, and then try to find good real estate in that area. So there's lots of different things that you can do with Data Axle. And if you are interested, you can shoot me an email, or we can do a book a librarian. Press Reader. Press Reader is primarily a periodical database that we offer. We include it here because there are magazines, newspapers that are more towards the business audience. There's 7,000 total newspapers and magazines from all over the world in lots of different languages available in Press Reader. Like I said, there are some of those 7,000. Okay, not all 7,000 are business. Some of those 7,000 are business related. So definitely jump on there if you get a chance. And you do have to have a library card. There's Business Insights Essentials. This is another Tennessee electronic database. It's information, news, statistical data, in-depth reports on companies and industries. It's a pretty handy database too in the Gale world, but yeah, it sort of functions the same. It's got a couple of different interesting takes on the insights part, but yeah, it's still just regular searchable database with journal entries and stuff like that. Okay, so any questions so far? Okay, I'm going to take either.
Yes, there are a couple of questions in the chat.
Yeah.
So which one of these are worth starting with, talking about the databases? Have you found any of them to be particularly helpful for startups?
So it just sort of depends on where you are if you're just planning a business, if you're and what you're trying to do with it, I guess. So I'll always, and it's primarily because I teach classes on it. It seems like I'm I don't know, an advocate for Data Axle, but it really is a helpful database that is really underused. If you are, so it just depends on where you are. Like I could see where LinkedIn Learning could be very helpful for people, especially like if you've got a small business, you want your team to be a little bit more cohesive, or, and that database would have video tutorials and courses on, managing a team and leadership. They do have marketing stuff as well. So it just sort of depends. Those two would probably be where I'd probably start, to be honest.
There's a couple of hands raised and a couple of other questions in the chat. So Martina, if you want to unmute and ask your question.
Thank you. My question would be more, I have a lot of information already written out as far as my business plan, but I'm looking to get assistance with grants, to write grants or look for grants for startup capital. Is that a possibility to meet with somebody that can assist with that?
So grants, we end up, so you could meet with us with that. There's grants.gov. Those are out there. You could also reach out to small business development centers. Those would probably be able to help you sort of get directed towards financing and things like that. So one thing that we would do, we'd be able to provide you with some books. Like if we had books at the library that are, focused on grant writing and stuff like that, we definitely can get you fixed up with that. And then try to point you towards those other organizations that specifically help with those things.
Another question is, what database can I use for nonprofit registration?
So by registration, so they're wanting to register their nonprofit or look up other nonprofits around.
It does sound like they want to register. However, if the person that asked this question wants to unmute and answer his doubts, you are more than welcome to.
I was asking, I want to register it.
You want to register it. Okay. So these databases aren't really about adding information in. Okay. So this is more, was it Web 1.0? They're more about giving information and not necessarily contributing stuff on our end. Okay. So registering your nonprofits, registering your businesses. There are, let's see, which website? I know you can apply for an EIN. I'm not sure if you need that for a nonprofit. I'd have to do some research on that through, let's see, I think that's just straight on the SBA website. You'd probably want to look at the state of Tennessee's website as well, the Secretary of State. Yeah.
My main issue is filling out the 5013C form.
Yeah. So are you just needing help filling out the form or?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
It.
So one thing we could do, we could take a look at it and see if there's anything we could help you with. If you will, as we finish this presentation, jot down my email address and shoot me an email over, and we'll be happy to take a look.
Where can I find your email address?
It was on that last slide that I stopped sharing. Let me do this real quick.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There's another question in the chat that says, I'm trying to do a market analysis to find need for medical spas. Where should I start?
Well, so therein lies a couple different answers. So you can do some market analysis using that data axle. It does show consumer lifestyles, and you can dig around on there and find what people are interested in. It will give you exact names and addresses of people. So do with it what you will. You can actually search yourself. I usually show myself as an example because I don't care. But that information is out there. So you can search there. Also, you might want to look towards that Gale Business Insights and the Gale, that entrepreneurship, that first Gale database that I talked about. Those two would help you look at the industry in general, and you could look up business plans and just get ideas of their marketing strategies and stuff.
I would like to add to that SCORE has plenty of workshops that could help you with that. How to write a business plan, how to build your business model, plan, and strategy. Am I ready to start my business? All of those could help you know what things to keep in mind when doing a market analysis. So keep market research on Saturday, November 9th. There's a market research 101, how to find your customers. That is a good workshop for those of you that are looking to know what's around.
Awesome. Thank you, Alicia. Any other questions? Oh,
someone raised their hand.
One more question.
Put them back.
Yeah.
Is this session being recorded, and how do I access this recording?
So I believe you asked if it was recorded. We can hear you very, very lowly. SCORE doesn't
I'm
usually
sorry.
send recordings of the workshops. We do send the deck if the speaker shares it with us. So if the Nashville Public Library has shared and has given us permission to share the deck with you, you will be receiving it with also like a feedback form so that we know what you liked of the session and how to get better. So you should be receiving that in the next couple of days.
And Alicia,
Okay.
we'll send you the PowerPoint, so you'll get the slide deck and stuff to be able to share.
Okay.
All right.
Question. My name's Kivante. How you doing? Thanks, man.
Yeah, good. How are you, Kivante?
I'm doing well. Yeah, key is key. I'm here to ask very briefly. I have the website pulled up, library.nashville.org/services. I'm looking to book a librarian. Make an appointment. NPL means business. It says select a location. My intentions in this booking is I'm kind of at the same stage as these other people. I would generally just like kind of some help and oversight. I have most of the forms filled out as far as applying for an EIN and so forth. But what would be best to just book an hour session to maybe walk through some of my questions with a live person?
So it could be whatever you want to talk about. Whenever you book those sessions, it'll ask you a couple questions like the topic and of the session that you plan to discuss. If you want to add any notes, feel free to add those too about if there's anything in particular in that topic, because they can be a little bit broad. And I believe it will ask you some background on your business as well. So the person who will take that that appointment, who you're booking that appointment with, they'll reach out to you and try to get some more information and wherever they have questions, and then they'll start sort of doing research. Now those appointments, they can be done in person. I know I'm on the list. If you want to come up to Goodlettsville, or if I'm somewhere else by chance, then I'm more than happy to meet there in person. We do some virtually as well through WebEx. We do some phone. So it just depends on how you would like to meet and which sort of person you end up booking.
Hey, man, thanks. I will click through it here. I just picked the bottom one, and if I have any questions, I'll email you. And I'm in Hermitage. I don't think I'll make it to Goodlettsville soon, but I'll be there eventually.
Cool. Well, like I said, we'll try to figure it out. We can talk once you book that appointment and stuff, and then yeah, we'll make it work.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yep. Okay. Anybody else? All right. I'm going to show you real quickly about using Libby. Okay. So I'm going to jump back to the library.nashville.org. If you are looking for a particular book on just business in general, CEO tips, management tips, marketing tips, lots of different, different ideas in the business world, then you can actually find a lot of those available as eBooks. Libby is our primary app that I would say that you use to access those eBooks and audiobooks. There are some available through Hoopla. It ends up being Libby is our biggest, I guess, ebook collection though. If you go to our website, you can go directly to it by doing a site search, or you can just search in the catalog. If we just generally search in the catalog, books from Libby will show up there. If you do a site search and type in Overdrive or Libby, we'll do Libby. They are interchangeable. They used to be known as Overdrive as the company, Libby is the app that they now use. You can scroll down here, see this checkout to Libby. You can click that. Scroll down. Here's our article. It tells you about the different apps, where to get them and all that good stuff. And then there's a link, this Overdrive, which if you just go to that link and you can type it in, it's almost as easy as typing in library.nashville.org. It's just Nashville overdrive.com. That's all it is. So if you want to go directly there, you absolutely can. To access this material, okay, you do have to have a library card. I should have said that at the start. And you do have to have, like, if you're a non-resident, there's a $10 annual fee that you have to pay to access databases, e-materials, we'll say, and this would be part of that $10. So you do have to have that $10 non-resident fee added to it. But if you live in Davidson County, just get a card. It's free. It comes with it. So it's all good. You can go to subjects. Once you click on subjects, you can scroll down. There is business somewhere. I found it a second ago. Oh, it's under nonfiction. I'm sorry. There we go. All right. So there is business. You can click on that, and it will throw every single business book that it has at you. You can actually, you can use the search box up here at the top where the magnifying glass is to, taper it down even more if you want to do that. If you know a specific book that you want, Stephen Covey or who knows what else, then you can type that information in there and it'll pop up. Okay. So if specific searches or just browsing on specific topics, you can go that way. If you want to know what's available now, because there are some that you have to place a hold on and you have to wait on, but then there are some that are available now. You can click on available now under that availability and just filter it down to everything that you can get your hands on right now. You can place a hold on some of these items. This first row essentially is all place a hold. So that means that it's checked out right now, but it'll get you on the waiting list for any of those titles that you're interested in. If you want to filter it down to eBooks versus audiobooks, you're more than welcome to do that as well. One thing I always try to show people whenever I show Libby is the difference in audiobooks and eBooks. And you'll see right under these authors for these books, the audiobook is going to have a little set of headphones. The ebook will look like a book that's being opened and read. It'll say ebook, and then the audiobook will say audiobook. So audiobook, you're going to listen to. Ebook, you'll read like a regular book. It'll just be on your device. One tidbit of advice for ebooks. My eyes get strained looking at my telephone. So if you decide to do ebooks and you got a tablet, that's probably the best way to go. Okay. The telephones are handy because they're so mobile, but your eyes may get strained every now and then. Audiobooks are fantastic for commutes. So if anybody's got a long commute, those audiobooks are stellar for that. So once you actually find something to check out, let me scroll down here. We'll find something. I'm going to click on available now so we can actually get past the ones that are placeholds. So let's see. Anything good? We'll jump on how to make a few $1 billion. Why not? I want to do that. So I'm going to click borrow, and then it's going to have you log in with your library card. If you went through our website and searched items that way, and you clicked borrow on our website for one of these ebooks, it will also have you log in with your library card after that, okay, if you haven't already logged in. So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And Bailey, don't steal my PIN number. All right, so hit sign in here. Okay, it allows me the options on my borrow length. 21 days is the longest, but I can even go down 7 days if I wanted to. If I know I'm going to burn through it pretty fast, I can do 7 days. The deal is with these books, at 21 days, they automatically return themselves. So you don't have to worry about hitting the return button or any overdue fees or anything like that. We don't actually collect overdue fees anymore, but that's a stigma with the library that you don't have to worry about. So whenever you click on these, so we're going to do 21 days and borrow. Okay, so it already wants me to download an EPUB. I'm on a laptop computer right now, I can read directly in my browser if I know I'm going to be connected to the Wi-Fi all the time. If I want it to be on the go, I'd probably look at downloading the EPUB version. Okay. But let's see, I'll jump forward for the sake of time. In this window too, it'll also tell you your due date. Now, I'm going to close this. And once I log in, I can actually see what's on my bookshelf, what I have checked out. And by doing that, I can click on these little 3 books standing up. And yeah, I'm listening to Salem's Lot. It's Halloween time, guys. And so there's my Salem's Lot that I'm listening to. And then there's How to Make a Few $1 Billion. And it also, again, gives me those same options. If I want to return it early, the little return button is down here at the bottom. I can click that and it says, are you sure you want to return it? Return title. And here we are with Salem's Lot still. Okay. You can go to your account here, look through holds. If you've got several of those that you've placed holds on, that's available there on the website. You can actually go through your checkout history. If you want to see, well, I think I've read this book in the past, but maybe not, you can actually click on that history and check that out. Let's see, there's a wish list, so you can make special lists if you want to for, ongoing sort of readings or upcoming readings. This settings tab will let you see what the default lending periods are set up for your account. And I've got that checked down there to record my history so that it's doing that. And then preferences for the content that you see, and even preference for, high contrast mode and dyslexic font. So all kinds of cool options, handy options here on Libby. Okay. That was a quick version of Libby. The same thing with the audiobook. So it's going to have you either try to download or they come in MP3s. It's going to have you try to download to your device, or you can actually stream it online as well, just like we had the option with this ebook that we checked out. And that's pretty much it. Those, if you do download it to your device, it's just like the ebook. It disappears at the end of your lending period, and then you just check it out again if you weren't finished with it, or jump back in line for it. So, all right. Okay, I think I stopped sharing. So here we are. All right, Kivante.
Hey, quick question.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I thought that was a great point out on that. I'm gonna look through that. I noted this part. I wanted to know while we're looking at what's it called, Libby. I got the app. I used it. But what I'm interested in for business application is how to view the most popular, or if I could ask the librarian directly, because maybe like I do want to get a book on business to read for the weekend, and but I'm not sure like what's really hot in Nashville right now. So maybe if I could see like that top 3 look like, those are on the wait list. But maybe
you can definitely reach out to us and we can, try to give you some suggestions. A lot of it is based on, if there's a particular topic that you want to learn about, that would help us out too, and sort of guiding, the recommendations that we make. But yeah, just reach out to us.
Okay, so there's a way to view by most popular, but the best way is just to reach out? Okay.
I'm going to jump back real quick. The bad thing with the most popular is that there's going to be wait lists on them. So that's one of those bad things. And that's why I like that top line of, when I showed you the filter down to business books, all of those are placeholds. So there are wait lists on some of these. I'm trying to think. Bailey, do you know if there's a?
I don't know for Kindle. I know just on our general catalog, there is a way to see like what has the most holds, what's popular. But for Kindle, I'm not too sure.
Well, let's see. All right. Let's do this. Okay, I'm going to share screen one more time real quick, because I hadn't even thought about that. Thank you for bringing that up. All right. Can everybody see the search page here with the
Yes,
library?
sir.
Okay, cool. So I just went back to our website, because you can search those Libby books through our website, just like everything else. And so we will filter down to ebook. I've got business up there. I'm also going to click on nonfiction. Okay. There is checkout on Overdrive. Well, if it was checkout, it means it's available right now. Let's see. There's a place hold there. Let's click on that. There's a physical copy available right now. See what happens here. So I'm going to jump back, go to my account. It'll give me an estimate on how long my wait list is. I'm going through Stephen King, so don't judge me, guys. So I'm number 1 on the wait list for this one copy, and there's 2 available. So, I mean, people are reading that book, but I probably wouldn't say it's the most popular.
Okay,
title.
well, I think you've answered my question. I appreciate it. You showed me what I need to figure out what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
I know one small trick as well, if you all can still see. If we go back to the catalog, you can do sort by right here, and you can sort by the number of holds too.
Yep,
So if you
that's what I
click on,
thought. Okay.
you can click on that, and you can kind of see what people are wanting right now. Again, as Corey said, it's going to be a long wait list on them, but these are the ones that people are kind of checking out at the moment.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I know what to do.
One thing too, I mean, you can, I was just thinking, you can sort by the newest titles too. So if you want to stay current, or want something that was published in the last couple years, then you can definitely do that on our website as well. And hopefully find something that was published, recently, that's available to check out, not on a wait list.
Yes, and I'll probably, if I can't get on the wait list, I'll just like find a YouTube review or look at summaries until my time comes. But yeah, I think the popularity is helpful.
I saw Penny has a question. Do eBooks work with Kindle? Do you want to take that one, Bailey?
Yeah, they do. They do work with Kindle. As Corey was showing, when you check it out on our website, it'll bring up a couple of options. You saw the download the EPUB version or read in browser. There was another one at the top that said read with Kindle. So when you click on that, it'll actually bring up an Amazon login, because Amazon owns Kindle. So you'll type in your Amazon login, log into your Kindle account there. They'll sync up, and then it'll send that book over to your Kindle. Pretty easy. So, yes.
All right. Any other questions? Let's see. All right. Any other questions?
If there are no other questions, we made it right on time.
Cool.
You will receive an email with a score form where you can give us your feedback on this session. Thank you very much to both of our speakers today for sharing your knowledge with us. And we at SCORE hope you all learned a bunch, and that you keep on letting others know of our resources and of what you learned from our workshops.
All right. Thank you all for joining.
Everybody.
Y'all have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you.